Alright, people, molweni. Good morning, good afternoon, good day, people, depending on whenever you are watching this video. So welcome back, people, to our YouTube channel. This is Professor Manqanqa once again. Let There Be Light from Let There Be Light tutorials. So today, people, I'll be focusing on number patterns, but specifically I'll be focusing on the quadratic number patterns, because of the feedback from our students that we are helping out. So we got to realize that they are really struggling understanding this type of number pattern. So I'll be going through, people, some questions, but let me just do an overview of these number patterns, people. So when you're given, people, you're given an information, people, about, you'll be given an information, certain numbers that at some point, people, when you work around, there will be an information in terms of numbers that have a certain pattern, people. They have what? A certain pattern, but based on the information that people, you'll be able to extract and conclude that it is indeed a quadratic equation. So let me start out, people, by giving you this thing. People, you'll be given a formula. You have to know it, by the way, because I don't think it is given at the back of the answer sheet. So kubalulekile ukuthi niyazi, meaning kubalulekile ukuthi ihlale la engqondweni yakho lento lena, people. So now again, it's given by Tn is equal to an squared plus bn plus c. So people, this represent in a quadratic pattern. It's a quadratic number pattern, people. So another thing I'm going to observe is that, people, okay, we know that a general term of a pattern, people, it always consists of n. But in this case now we have the A, and then it's no B, and then it's no C. So no, what does A mean? What does B mean? What does C mean? So they literally tell us the behavior of this pattern, people, from a quadratic graphs, from a parabolic graph. So a graph number patterns it's either ayakhuphuka and then ayehla, or aqala ayehla and then akhuphuke. So in this case, uyayibona ukuthi iqala kuphi, people, it's 2, 3, 6. So definitely iqala iyakhuphuka yona kanje behavior yayo, and then iphinde reach maximum height, then yes. So that's where the terms come from. The term come from, or the name of this behavior of the number pattern. So with a quadratic, because in a behavior efana nani ne parabolic graph, or nani futhi ne or a quadratic graph. People. So let me go through this question just because this question is opening an overview. How do you go about answering this thing? But remember, you need to understand the value of A. You need to understand how to get the value of B. No C kanjalo, people. So ngizonisiza by going through this example with you guys. So I believe once we are done with this example, people, I believe that we'll have a clear idea on how to find a general formula of this number pattern. So in this case, we are given a number pattern A to 2, 3, 6, and 11. So now, what is the most important thing about this behavior of a number pattern? Is that you will have what, people? A first difference. You'll have a first difference, people. That is not what? That is not constant, people. Not constant. And then you will have a second constant difference. So this is what you have to know. How we find the information necessary, it's the same thing. Arithmetic, but kumele wena wazi ukuthi it's not only the first difference. You uzokwenza i-first difference yakho, and then uphinde futhi kuleyo first difference yakho wenze i-second difference yakho, and then ileyo second difference yakho uzoyithola i-constant. So I hope people are making sense. So let's go through this question together, people, and I believe it will really tie things up for us. So remember that you'll always be given, you'll have to know, people, the general formula of this number pattern. Right? So this is it. So the first question says, people, given this, determine the nth term, the general term, and hence the value of the 42 term. So this means, people, bafuna uTn wako. So uTn wako, people, is always given, people. Okay, as I was saying, people, you'll be given people, not really ukuthi uzoba given, kuzomele uyazi i-general term yakhona, because the question isibuza leyo nto ukuthi sithole i-nth term. I-nth term meaning ile formula le sitholayo, but into abayifunayo, they want the only variable ekumele abe khona laphana, kumele kube khona i-variable ewu-n kuphela. So this means kumele uthole i-value ka-a, uthole i-value ka-b, and then uthole i-value ka-c. So the question is, uyithola kanjani? Don't stress out. That's why you're here, people. I'll lead you. So remember, what did I say? I said we have to find a first difference and a second difference, and then based on that information, your information is Caesar who's stolen in my values are A, B, no C. So let's start, people. You do the same thing, people. Arithmetic. You do the same thing, people. Arithmetic. Let me write it better. You see the same thing. So it's 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 minus 3 is 3. It's 11 minus 6 is 5. And then you do the same thing. Remember, this represent a first difference. First difference, and then you do the same thing, the second difference, people. Do the same thing. 3 minus 1 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. And you're able to people learn to be sishil ukuthi i second difference yakho yenzeni i constant. It's a constant difference. So this is what we wanted to get people again. So much again, this information, it will help us ukuze sithole ini, people, ama values are A, no B, no C. So this is what you're going to do, people, again, moving forward. Remember, this is your what, people? Is your first difference that is not constant, and this one is your second difference, lay engine, a constant. So much again, we're going to use this information. Ukuthola ini, people, ukuthola into, people, ama values to A, no B. So no C. So please, this is what you do. This is what you do. So this is what you do, people. To find the value A. To find the value A, people. This is what you do. You take the constant difference, the value of the constant difference. You're going to equate it to A. The value of the constant difference, because it's constant, maybe it's about 2, in this case, 2, about 3, about 5. You take that value of the constant difference and then you equate it to A, always. Always. And then to find the value of, okay, and then from there, you can see which is the only unknown here, or A. So by dividing 2 throughout here, 2A is equal to 2. The value of A is equal to 1. Can you see that, people? And then to find the value of B. Remember, the value of A, you already have it, people. So to find the value of B, this is what you're going to do. You're going to say 3A plus B is equal to the first term of the first difference, people. Don't get a mistake. You're going to say 3A plus B is equal to the first term of the first difference, because remember, if first difference I go constant one. So you always use the first term to find on up wako, because A is so nice, so you can just substitute straight away. So this means now I'm going to write it here, 3A plus B is equal to the first difference there. The first term of the first difference is 1. Then I substitute my what? My A in Tolugu 1, sorry. In Tolugu 1, then plus B is equal to 1. So by doing out your calculations, people, you will get upiwa kogubani. Take 3 times 1 is going to be 3, and then transpose ngapha, then uzothola bani negative 2 when you do your workings correctly. I hope people will still together, we're still following. Then number 3, man, we need to find the value of 1 now. We need to find the value of C, which is the last unknown that we need to complete our quadratic general term. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to take now the A plus B plus C is equal to the first term of the actual sequence. The first term of the actual sequence now. So this means now I'm going to be having this situation whereby it's A plus B plus C is equal to my first term of the actual sequence. Remember, sequence here make along 2, 3, 6, and 11. So it's going to be my first term, which is 2 in this case. And then remember, I've got the value of A, it's 1. I've got the value of B, it's negative 2. And then plus C is equal to 2. So can you see that, people? The only unknown that I'm having now is C. The only unknown that I'm having is what? It's C, people. So this means now I can do my workings around. So remember, if you do your math correctly, people, it's 1 plus negative 2. So whole of the answer that we're going to get here is going to be negative 1. And then plus C is equal to 2. And then you take your negative 1 and transposer. So you're going to get your C is equal to 3, because when you transpose negative umsanga pakulela side uzoba positive, and then uzoba no or 2 plus 1 now. So can you see good now? I managed to get my value of what? Of A, my B, and my C. So this means now it's a matter of just substitution now. Remember, my general term is given by AN squared. You'll pardon my writing, people. AN squared plus BN plus C. So this means now I have the value, I substitute the actual value, because remember ngithini people ngithe general term yakho kumele ibe ne unknown yakhona n. So this means now I'm going to having my Tn, then the value ka A yubani 1, and then since ku 1 uzoba invisible, so it's going to be n squared, and then the value ka B negative 2, so it's going to be minus 2n, and then the value ka C kuzoba 1, people, kuzoba 3, so kuzoba 1 plus 3. So these now, people, represent what? People represent my general term. So this means now I've answered the first part of this question, people, whereby I'm asked to calculate the general term. So now this is the answer that they were looking for. So people, I hope you saw how we really go about finding these answers, and people, and then now, people, I will go on, because question yakhona enye landelayo but futhi it's the same question, but it's a follow-up question, but and hence the value of the 42nd term. So remember, people, we managed to get the general term, and please, people, the way we managed to find value A, B, and C. Remember, value A, it's always like that. 2A is equal to the constant difference. In this case, it was 2. It was 2 in this case. It was 2. So, and then if I want to find, I need to go on now and find the value of B. Remember what I said? It's always like that. It's 3A plus B is equal to the first term of the first difference. So the first term is 1 in this case. And remember, from here, you bozo so kwazile ukuthola ivelu ka-A. So lana bozo vele ukwazi ukuyisubstitute. The only unknown uzosala ngayo ubani? U-B. And then go on, people. Go on to find the value of C. Going to say A plus B plus C equal to the first term of the actual sequence manje. And then in this case 2, and then na indaba yakho. And then if you look at A uzobe calculateile, B unayo, C unayo, C ile uyifunayo. So yabona ukuthi siqala phansi siya kuphi? Siya phezulu. Siqala phansi siya phezulu. It's always like that, people. Start bottom, going up. So yeah, people, let's move forward. Let's move forward with the question. Remember, people, we managed to get the general term. So moving on, people, remember the general term is Tn is equal to n squared minus 2n plus 3. Remember, just to confirm, this was our general term, people. So I've copied it correctly just to use this space, people. So now they've asked us, because they said hence, meaning if they say hence, people, it's a follow-up question, meaning you have to use the information that you last found. So in this case, our last information that we found, people, was the general term of this sequence. So meaning we have to use. So what are they looking for? They are looking for T45. No, pardon, 42. So lentole imminent, people. It means that now where you see n, you put 42. Where you see n, you put 42. And so this means now it's going to be 42 squared minus 2 times 42. And then plus 3. And then the answer that you're going to get, people, it will represent 42. Let me punch it on my calculator. 42 squared minus 2 times 42 plus 3. And then the answer that I got, people, and it's 1683. So these represent T42, the 42nd term. I hope, people, things make sense. Then let's move forward, people. Let's go on with the second question of this example. So now the question says, determine which term will equal 1091. Which term will equal 1091? So that's the question, people. So remember, people, now what they're asking is that which term Tn, which Tn will be equal to 1091. So that is a question they're asking you, people. Which term will equal to 1091? So can you see, with by me writing it in this way, already sengikunikile clue ukuthi kumele uyithole kanjani, because uTn, you know what is your Tn. Your Tn is your general term, people. So itholile yona. So it's n squared minus 2n plus 3 is equal to 1091. Can you see that? So we are looking for n. And remember, n also in this case represent what, people? The position of that term. That's what they're asking. Which term? Term number 1, term 4, term 3, term 25, term 16, term 1. I want to represent that position. So they are asking the position, and then when you are given the actual number, but they don't know where does it lie in this formula. So this is it, people. So from here, you just solve your n. You just solve your n. And so we can do it like this: n minus 2n. Then take this and transpose it in the side, people. So this means it's going to be plus 3 minus 1091 is equal to 0. And then when you go on to n, then press on your calculator, you do your own calculation. That's what you're going to get, is equal to 0. Exactly. So this, from here, people will solve using the method OASI, 3 quadratic inspection, if it applies, I don't know, a quadratic equation, quadratic formula, if of which I believe it's the one that mostly can opt for in this case. So people, I won't just waste time, so I'll just press it using quadratic formula icon, and then I only give you the value of n. So when I make sure you do it on your own, people, again, just to save time. And people, so this is what I'm going to do. So yeah, people, just as I said that I'll only give out the values. So it's your duty ukuthi wena uhambe uthathe this formula lena uyisolve using the method la ngitshele wona, by completing the square, by inspection, by substituting in a quadratic formula. Just to save time, and I'll only give out the values. So check here, people. The value that I got, it's the n is equal to 34 and n is equal to negative 32. But remember, people, what did I say? Akukudala nje ngiqeda ukusho ukuthi u-n represent a position here. In this case, represent a position. So a position, people, is always positive. And you can come in and fetch me. I'm on the line on negative 30, negative 1. These are confused. So n is a positive number. So this means the actual answer that we are looking for, it's this one, people. It's this one. So our answer is n is equal to 34. So meaning now the conclusion will be, remember equation bakubuze ukuthi determine which term will equal this. So this means now this is how you're going to conclude. You're going to say the 34th term will equal 1091. Or we can say T34 will equal 1091. So it will depend. So people, I don't want to make this video too long, so I will just stop here. But on my second video, I will just continue, people, and a question from the question paper. So for now, people, make it a point that you rewatch and try to take notes. And thank you very much, people. Manqanqa signing out.